The story is called Anna and the Sun, or the Ballad the Stars Remember. First printed in 1984. This story is set in the time of wonder. It takes place in a valley. As in all good valleys, there are the East Mountains, the West Mountains, the mountains at the head of the valley, and on the fourth side is the ocean. If you were to catch a glimpse of these people of this valley at their work or their play or their meals, they'd look a lot like they just stepped out of a Bruegel painting. All kind of earth-colored and peasanty. Kind of like the Renaissance fair. So please open yourself to the magic and enjoy this story from my muse and me and them to you. The sun would rise and set, and the stars would come out and accompany night as he walked among the sleeping trees. The people would close their days and relax until sleep would come and carry them into the lands of their choice. But Anna would stay awake and sing a lullaby to the sun as he lay down to rest. At times, she would stay and talk with Night. Oh, Night is like, he has this long black gray cloak with 3 buttons at the neck and a big hat, and he moves in the dark, right? She would stay and talk with Night until he finally stepped over the mountains at the top of the valley and headed home. She would then sing songs of love and praise to wake the sun and bring him to her. Here's what she would sing.
Pick me up and take me, I will go. Pick me up and take me, I will go. Need your strength and love to feel. The sprocket fits and turns the wheel. My love calls out, I can't conceal. So pick me up and take me, I will go.
And she loved him very much. The people of the town thought this young girl mad to reach out to the sun. They knew that he would always be there to help them work in their fields and vineyards. On the way to work, they would pass by Anna as she stood on the small hill behind her house and sang to the sun. They would mock her and question her, but always she would remain silent. She felt she needed to explain to someone who wouldn't try to understand. Now one morning, as the sun set on the east hills before beginning his climb to the noon, he looked down into the valley. Sun? God. Okay, with the sun and muscle and the pecs of the sun. Okay? He's bright. He sat on the east hills, looked down, at beginning his long climb to the noon. He looked down into the valley. The townspeople were busily hitching their wagons and gathering their tools, getting ready for their day's work. He stood up content and began to walk when something caught his eye. He sent one of his brightest rays down to find what he had seen. The light ran down and revealed this young girl singing. He recognized her voice, and the piece fell into the puzzle that it was this mortal girl who had been waking him so beautifully in the mornings. He sent his finest colors down to her as a thank you. And when they reached her, they bounced off her long chestnut brown hair and woke up the flowers. Anna realized that her far lover had recognized her, and she began to dance and to sing more beautifully. Well, the sun was very flattered that such a beautiful girl would pay so much attention to him as he continued his climb. Later, when the sun was ready to drop down behind the western mountains, he heard her song again and was so pleased with her singing that he painted the clouds with his finest evening colors just for her. Planting time came and passed, and the sun found himself looking forward to seeing this mortal in the mornings, and disappointed when, his sky painting done, he would have to leave her singing. One morning, while they stood on the hills and stretched, he looked down to find her. There she danced, singing her love. He smiled and started to walk when slowly a strange pain began to creep into his breast. It was a very good pain. He stopped and looked down to her again, and she blew him a kiss. His heart jumped and the door swung open. He looked once more, and then he couldn't look away. A young maiden in a long diaphanous gown with flowers in her hair entered the sun's heart and closed the door behind her. The sun had fallen in love with a mortal. Love had settled into his heart. All the day he kept his eyes on her, and she would dance, and she would sing to him. The sun began to wake earlier than usual, and to stay up longer so that he could be with her. All the light hurt Night's eyes, so Night just finally shut himself into his castle, his dark castle, and he wouldn't come out. Anna was in her element. She would sit on the small hill behind her house and catch the sunbeams the sun would send her. She would laugh and sing him the hero songs of old. Now the sun already knew the deeds of which she was singing because he'd seen them being done. I mean, he's the sun, for goodness sake. But he loved her, and he loved her voice. She would sleep in his light, and her skin was turning the soft brown color of her hair. The sun called together all the winds to accompany him as they sang a song he had composed just for her. And it sounds a lot like a backing up truck again, doesn't it?
Can you fan further bit to get rid of
He says, sing me the ballads the stars can remember. Tell me the hero stories of old. The taste of the colors you see in November. Come in and watch while my love I unfold. Can you guys hear the music okay? Tell me the innermost thoughts of a sparrow, trying to see how high he can go. What is the message that the water keeps whispering, falling from heaven, the ocean to flow? Sings, your hair glows in colors of springtime through autumn. My castle day memories pass in review. I see in your smile the style of a woman. A little child laughs from behind eyes of blue. He says, lonely echoes quickly die, talking of days and ships gone by. Gray cat smiling, seagull flying, underlying harmonies. Should we do as we please? Please. And she loved him.